Let's get back into it. Let's find out where the Pokemon League is. North left, they said, so somewhere around here. Not on the M. Hello, EV Expo 2. We're coming up on what? EV Expo 4? Time passes so quickly. Are we at 4? Does it get posted in announcements? We're at 4! Oh my god. Wow. So many EV Expos. What's the point of that tree? Ananasti. I do not remember you. Oh, this tree appeared. I think I get the gag now. Are we going Korok hunting? I don't know. The tree's gone. Maybe that was an Easter egg. Maybe that's a troll. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe the tree was always there. Don't look at me like that. You're acting suspicious. Don't make me strip. Okay. Looks like the Jans have fled. Sorry for the inconvenience. Move along now. Cheers, mate. Route 16. Hello, Jan. Obey. Love. I didn't get to work today. Did you paint this? It's half decent. I'll give you that. Toll. That's a big river. Oh, it's Mortis, a wild one. Look at that. My little. Oh, look, it's a little twin match. Nice to meet ya. Oh, sorry, let me squeeze right by ya. That's my Canadian accent. Yes, I know. I can either take the roundabout way, or I can take the shortcut and pay a toll. Indeed. At least I don't have to pay for Poke Centers. That would be the American experience. It's my God-given right to vanquish you here. Okay. Cool trainer, Shadra. Oh, I forgot about this little Fakemon, Frostkiri. The little, I like this guy. Oh, you've gone ahead and frosted yourself. Okay. Whoa. Oh, and you've gone and withdrawn yourself. Okay. That's obnoxious. Let's just continue to Shadow Force. Maybe it'll switch out again. I guess I was fast. I could have just attacked it. That's okay. We love unoptimal gameplay here. Oh, this guy. Ghost v Ghost. Am I dead? Not quite. Maybe I've got to turn up tech speed or something so that these battles go a little bit more quickly. I don't know. Gosh. Today at work, we were visited by my Shibucho, which is like my branch manager, essentially. So big boss, and very scary, especially because bosses aren't really human in Japan. So I feel like I'm always walking on nails when I'm around her, especially because like I've specifically been told that our Shibucho is quite strict about rules, so I should be a bit careful. I've seen a little bit of that already, but it just makes me like overthink every single thing, every single interaction that I have with her. Like for example, I think me and my like normal manager fucked up bloody like elevator etiquette with her, because she called the elevator and then the big boss called the elevator and then she walked in first and then she held the open door sign for us. It's like maybe it's a bit different. I guess it depends on like where you work and the manager specifically, but I know it's a very Japanese or traditional Japanese work culture thing to I think I'm physical anyway. Lethal injection was really plenty strong. To have like a bunch of really specific, really anal rules about like how to treat your superior. Like for example, in a taxi, it's supposed to be like the newest worker who sits in the front seat, because that way they're most likely to die. Which is kind of fucked up when you think about the reasoning. Meteor beam. So it takes a turn to shoot. But honestly, maybe it's just straight up better than Haboob Blitz since we're no longer doing sandstorm shit. But in this case, I know it's a thing that like for elevators, there's an order of like who goes in, and I think the big boss is supposed to go in last, so that like if the elevator falls and everybody dies, they don't die. And you're definitely, I mean, this one makes it is a bit more intuitive, but you're definitely meant to hold the open door button for them. And just made me think, did we fuck up? Did we piss her off because we didn't press the hold open door button for her and she had to press it for us? And so this time I was like, I'm getting to that elevator first. I ain't leaving room for errors. Anyway. This point marks the end of the free portion of the Vinemon Source Edition. Okay, wow, there is a real... Okay, I'll watch an ad, actually. I have 3000p, but I can watch an ad.
Alright guys, we've got a 3D spinner.
No! Well, I want to see that ad again. That sounds like an Australian. Let me watch the ad again. I want to listen to the ad with full volume. There was an accent on that guy, and it did almost feel Australian. Hey, want to buy some limited edition amiibo for 6 times the market value? Yeah, have fun. Could have been an Australian. Is that no way to annoying ass workplace etiquette, or is that no way to Australian advertisement? But the other thing that got me like thinking about like, oh, I'm just overthinking every single interaction I have. Today, Shibucho was really nice and I guess just like complimented me for my hard work because it was a busy day and I was still like doing office duties in between my full day of classes. Oh, you're evolving, you fucker. Oh right, having to pay for entry into the paid section of the game. It better increase in quality now that I've entered the paid section. I used the worst possible Pokemon to swap into. But then like the branch manager or whatever was like complimenting me and saying thank you. And I just said no, like no, thank you back. But then I remembered the bullshit thing about Japan is that sometimes when people compliment you, it's considered quite, I never used sword dance, let's ditch sword dance. It's considered quite, like, arrogant to say thank you, and instead you're supposed to be like, no, not at all. The gun is essentially a, I guess that makes sense. Tasers are non-lethal. I guess like the baby one is like supposed to be a fake gun, a kid's toy gun. Or maybe not a fake gun, but the kind of weird American fantasy where you buy your little kid a kitty-themed gun for a birthday present. But yeah, there's a lot of guns in this game because the gun is an Eevee with 17 evolutions or whatever. Each evolving into a different flavor of gun. And the electric one, a taser. Nah, dude, it's really worth it. Okay, sure. I've bought like a couple amiibos, but only like amiibos that I think are cool, and I think sometimes they're just amiibos that come bundled in. I bought the Zelda Guardian amiibo, because I really like that amiibo. That just looks cool. Having a Guardian figurine with bendable arms, that shit goes hard. Trying to think what else I have. Oh, I think I got the Wolf Link amiibo because I bought Twilight Princess remake for Wii U. Yeah, that's right, I played for Wii U. That was a cool game. And a cool amiibo, sorry. And they didn't do it for Tears of the Kingdom, I don't know why, but they made it's like such a cool mechanic that's so like minimal in Breath of the Wild. But if you scan the Wolf Link amiibo, you get a companion. You get a companion Wolf Link that goes around attacking monsters. And depending on what score you get in a little mini game in Twilight Princess, when you save that to your Wolf Link amiibo, your Wolf Link in Breath of the Wild will have more health, which is just like really cool interactivity between games. And then for some reason, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, which is like set in the same world and same engine, very similar, that has more of a focus on companion characters, doesn't let you do that with the Wolf Link amiibo. Why? I don't fucking know, it's weird. But what a cool mechanic that I feel like people are going to forget about in 10 years, and then someone will make a YouTube short about it being like, look at this forgotten Nintendo mechanic. And people will lose their minds. I don't know. That just like came back into my mind because I used that Wolf Link amiibo and I had like completely forgotten about its functionality until now. Very cool. That's what I wish we had like more things like that with amiibo, but oh, that's cool. So they stop becoming bug type and become steel type. That's like overpowered, no? I think I just ditch lunge at that point. Does bug have many resists? Not really. Steel and bug are both weak to fire. I guess you won't get stab anymore after I use it once. I never use Shell Smash. I should, but I never do. So let's just get rid of all these stab moves that I never use. Oh! I think I have never seen you in this game yet. Slime, are you water type? Are you just normal type? No, you are water type, okay. With a bit of electric. Oh, and because you're Slime, I see all of your attacks hit twice. Very cool little mechanic you've got there, Slime. Very neat. Essentially like parental bond, but as like a regular Pokemon. Let's just spam acrobatics. Never mind. Ah. I forgot to I have to check do Stove's stats right, because I think like Oblivion Wing is special or something and does not work well with your stats. I remember being like slightly disappointed. Yeah, your special attack is absolutely arse. I think I've checked this before. So Oblivion Wing is just arse. Should not be using it. Maybe I really should just be swapping out instead of staying in. Yeah, I think that's been life for the most part recently. I don't think I have too many other like funny stories to talk about. I guess I went drinking with some guys. I don't think I've talked about this too much. Trying to make friends, went drinking with some guys. The thing about like going out for drinks in my town is that all the trains stop at 11:30. This is a slight deja vu. Maybe I've talked about this before. All the trains stop at like 11:30. So if you are staying out past 11:30, you have to commit, because you ain't going home unless you're either going home in a taxi, which is expensive, especially for like how far away from the city I live in terms of distance. It's only like a 30-minute train, but in terms of distance, it is quite far away. Maybe we should just make a trek back and heal our team up. So a taxi is an option, but it's not an option I like to consider. Or you are staying out until 5:30 a.m. and taking the first train home for the morning. So it really is a case of go hard or go home. Quite literally, go home at 11:30 or go hard. So there have been plenty of all-nighter scenarios in town. And there's only really like one part of town, one like district, I don't know what to call it, one suburb, not a suburb at all, that is active until 5:30 a.m. and has stuff open. And it's quite busy, you know. Most of the town, city, quite a quiet town, not much nightlife. That part of the town, very different. But I was staying out with some guys who don't really do the all-nighter thing often. Haven't really seen. I am just so dumb. When I first came here, I cut this tree, and I didn't see this tree on my way up. So I thought that it only appeared after I cut that tree, and I thought I was being trolled by something, but no, I'm just an idiot. And these guys, they hadn't really done the 5:30 a.m. thing much at all. And so they were very surprised to see what state the area is in at 5:30 a.m. Because in Japan, when people pass out and get drunk, they just sleep on the street. And crime's not like a big thing for the most part, depending on what crime you're talking about. So you don't really need to worry too much about your wallet being stolen or your phone being stolen. So there's just a shit ton of drunk, passed out people sleeping on the street when you're walking towards the station at like 5 a.m. And those guys were very surprised to see it. And the really cute thing about it is that like people will buy little bottles of water and leave them by the passed out people, almost as if it's like a shrine and they're leaving an offering. But yeah, even in Australia, I'd like to think that Australia is safer than America. But even in Australia, I would not do that. But here, it's like such a common occurrence, just passing out in the street for some reason. And waking up, taking the morning train home. I think it's a good thing. But maybe it's also a bad thing that it's so normalized that you can just go as hard as possible, and it doesn't matter, because even if you can't get home, you can just sleep on the street. I don't know. But very interesting, to say the least. The other thing that the guys who don't really do the all-nighter thing often were surprised to see, and they're Japanese people. But you know, Japan's a pretty clean place. People are good about rubbish. People keep it clean. There's not many bins anywhere, but despite that, people are still very good about rubbish, and they don't... Yeah, this is what I want. Bye-bye, Oblivion Wing. And there tends to not be too much littering. But in this part of town where people pull all-nighters drinking until 5:30 a.m., it is not clean. Next to the people passed out sleeping on the street, there are piles and piles and piles of rubbish. So the people who don't do this often were just like, what the hell? Why is it so disgusting here? Why is it so gross? It's like, it's just normally like this. This is what happens. Because like there's one, I don't know what kind of shop to call it, but a shop that sells pretty much everything, including fleshlights for some reason, called Don Quixote. And it's open 24 hours. And so it's kind of a hub of that little party town. I don't know what to call it. And so there's always lots of people standing outside. It's almost even a meeting place at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. But it also seems to just be a dumping ground. People just leave so many empty cans outside because, again, in Japan, public drinking legal. Open bottles legal. You can drink alcohol in public. You can drink alcohol while walking. Maybe some people frown at you a little bit, but it's not illegal. You're not going to get in that much trouble. So people just buy like 9% alcohol drinks or more from the convenience store, drink it outside, and then dump it in front of that shop. And there's just so many empty bottles and so many empty cans outside that shop. I just have to feel so bad for whoever has to clean that shit up. Is this a real fan game? Zual? Or is this like a joke? How do you spell that? Z-U-A-O-L. Zelda. Is it supposed to be double I? Oh, it is a real. Maybe I should play this some time. Is there anywhere I can see like comments that have been left? I found your itch.io page, Hoverbat, but I can't find more about the game. Z-I-I, AOL, Zelda, Hoverbat. I guess Vinny played it at some point, is what it seems. Huh. Interesting. So I guess the II stands for Zelda 2. Yeah, I guess that's the thing, right? Like, people flask up in America instead, or water bottle. I mean, I shouldn't be admitting to crimes on stream, because drinking alcohol in public is illegal in Australia too. But me and my friends had a place we called Beer Alley, where we'd drink very quickly before going off to trivia night or board game night or whatever has rules about no bring your own drinks. Oh, Beer Alley, how I miss you. Many sojus were drunk way too quickly in that alleyway. Wow, you're not even like facing me. I'm only battling you because I chose to talk to you. Sure thing. I've also seen some people just like very obviously drink in public in Australia. There's a place called this is like a popular tourist attraction as well. Tourist attractions maybe not the right word, but like tourist landmark. Lots of tourists visit this place. But Victoria State Library, very, very famous place. I've seen people just like open a 6-pack of beers and sit down in front of it and go to town. I'm like, no fear. Here, me and my friends are. We go hide in Beer Alley, a small little alleyway where there's a nook we can settle into. These people just cracking open cold ones in front of the state library. Not even on like the side entrance, not the back entrance, the front entrance. Where people are playing chess and skateboarding. For ballers. Sandstorm is brewing. Good morning, Runko! It's 10:38 a.m. I hope you're doing well. It's actually 11:38, so we're not too far off, if you ignore the difference in PM and AM. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I hope you're staying healthy for the game jam. I know you said that you probably are going to have to... What's that word? The bad word that starts with C. Not cunt, the other bad word. Not cram. Crunch! That's it! That's a bad word. I know you said that you're probably gonna have to crunch, which sucks, but I guess just try not to kill yourself over it. I'm really glad that we were able to finish Dokapon. That's still kind of insane to me, just the scale of the multi-player game that we played together. That's like when people are able to do whole Dungeons and Dragons campaigns online together and organizing schedules across multiple time zones. That shit's impossible. But we did it. Except it wasn't Dungeons and Dragons, it was a digital board game. But it's a similar commitment. So all the more impressive, well, not more impressive, all the same levels of impressiveness. Take that cool trainer Rex. Let's change my party order. Maybe just lead with Fizzbula. Fizzbula's pretty strong and just hopefully one-hit a bunch of stuff. Do I still have a repel active? No. That answers that question. Taxiderm, I remember you. You come from like Taxi Dream or something, right? The little teddy bear. What's up with that missing tree? Is that just to make the map look more interesting, or whatever? Hello, Octoling. This is our turf. Ah, turf 4, I understand. Octoling Octrisha. Ah, a splat shot. I see, I see. How come you're not using the Octo shot? A special weapon that they added for the Octopath, not Octopath, DLC. Ah well. I really like the Octopath DLC. I could gush about it to death, but I feel like the secret boss of that DLC is one of the most enjoyable bosses I've ever experienced. It's like a 2-minute fight, but it's like so high action, so fast paced, and so hardcore. I think it did take me like about 7-10ish hours of attempts to beat it, even though the whole fight takes like 2 minutes max. It's a very quick fight. But god, it was good, and I loved it. I loved struggling against that fight. Just getting through like each stage of the fight, little by little, becoming consistently better at each stage of the fight, getting better and better, and then eventually beating that motherfucker and getting a reward of a golden toothpick that I can wear my hat in my hair on multiplayer. Such a good DLC. If only for that final boss fight as well, the final secret boss fight. The actual content in the game is good too, but that boss fight was definitely a highlight for me. Ocean's Haunted, sure thing, Oliver. Oh, what the hell? Fish! That's strange. It's a salmon from Minecraft, and it looks pretty damn good. They really did well with that strat. Good job, whoever's behind that. Burn kind of sucks ass, especially since I'm so physical, but just what it is. I wonder if... I'm trying to think if fish is always a Minecraft fish, or if it only looks like a Minecraft fish because it's shiny. Have I ever encountered a non-shiny fish? I'm not sure. Let me suck your little fishy blood. Strength sap is pretty good, right? But what would I dump instead? I guess I have Drain Fang. Maybe dump Drain Fang? Because I love using Lethal Injection too much. Get rid of the healing move for another healing move. I think having 2 healing moves would be a bit too excessive. Flying fast. This move is a fight and flying type. Maybe... No, I think close combat is better because I have run Scooter on my Scoot, which means that pretty much all my moves are going to go first. So I'm just being like a glass cannon. This is cool and all. But I'll pass. It is cool, but I'll pass. I like my current moveset. Scumpy! Shoot this little trash bag. Oh. Because I went to the gym for the first time in like fucking forever, and genuinely for the first time since like... How many years has it been? 5 years? 4 years? Between 4 and 5 years. Fucking mods, or whatever it's called, the thing where your muscles hurt like hell when you haven't used them in forever and then you work out. It hit hard. Especially on my arms. It's painful. But oh well. As I always say, it is what it is. I'll get over it. And going to the gym will become a bit easier, hopefully. I don't know, I get it with fishes because it always happens. Fishes are always like this. But I don't like it when NPCs look out into the distance looking like they're just NPCs you can talk to for flavor text, and then they're actually trainers. I know with Fisherman, there's a precedent for it. Nintendo did that shit too with Fisherman on Piers. But this game does it a lot with like random NPCs I talk to thinking I'm just going to get flavor text. It's like, actually, you're getting into battle. At least these trainers only have like 2 Pokemon, so they go by fairly quickly. But yeah, definitely first workout sucks. Just got to get back into it, I guess. Look, I'm not looking to become like some buff-ass man. I'm just looking to become like slightly healthy, because right now my ass is not healthy. At least my arms definitely aren't. I'm not going full bodybuild or anything. But also just, I think I said before, but just to give me something to do as well. And hopefully if I can get into like a really good life routine, I can alternate my work week. Stream one night, work out the next night, stream the next night, work out the night after, stream, and so on. I think that would be a nice schedule to get into if I could. And I don't get burnt out from streaming, and then I'm not working out every day. Or maybe I do still get burnt out from streaming that often. Getting burnt out from streaming isn't really an issue. It's more having the literal energy to stream after a work day. Oh, it's like the NASCAR lines. Or is it supposed to be a Mario Sunshine reference? Or maybe both. Hello, Ness. I mean, Sans. Okay, Ness, let's battle. Another Nintendo cameo battle. I need to go back and beat Chrono at some point. I'm definitely like over leveled for him now. Yeah, just like after working out, you get a fair bit of fuzzy, nice... Is it dopamine? I don't know. Nice, happy juices inside you. So that's definitely like part of the reason I want to work out. Okay, so Ness has little mechanics too to make life hell. That's cool. I'm guessing Starman's like psychic or something. I swear my aircon's on 20 degrees, but it does not feel like 20 degrees. It still feels hot. And not just because I've got a Duna on me. The Duna is as a modesty Duna because I feel like streaming like this is not very modest. So I wear the modesty Duna. A paralysis spell. Does that shield that Nest just cast stay up still? I think it will, right? It's for this turn. Oh no, it's not. The shield was for when? Or was it just a defense up? Here's your paralysis spell. That's annoying. Sleep-in spell. Am I dead? Psychic's gonna fuck me, eh? Still hanging on. Omega, your defense is kind of crazy for how much damage you can dish out. You tank. I'm guessing sleeping spell should fail, right? Because we're already paralysis. Were we trick roomed? Yeah, okay. Yeah, hypnosis failed, good. A devastating powerful spell, great. Maybe we just strength sap. I mean, you look like a special attack anyway. Did we just tank that Scald even though we had like 2 HP? Oh, the spell casts Light Screen and Reflect. Wow, and we were still dealing good damage. And that's like perfect. We completely wasted his powerful spell because we won 5 HP anyway. Now I just gotta figure out how to kill this thing with my dead team. Yeah, nice healing spell. So I think the reason why like his spells are being so funky. No, okay, you just don't deal any damage. You aren't that big of a tank either, though. Is this Reflect? Yeah, that sucks. He's like casting spells between... And we survived that. He's casting spells between like switch outs, I think? Which is weird. I could be wrong about that. But he cast the powerful spell and then he cast the healing spell right after. And luckily, because of the way things were set up, that's gonna piss me off. I understand your gimmick now. Fuck you, Dog Grunge. Because of the way things were set up, it was wasted. Your double spell or whatever it was. But I am going to use one of my hyper potions. And not on Dove. I think probably on... God, I really don't know what type you are. Let's do Buff Scoop first. I should tank that, right? And then powerful spell will kill me. And then will he cast a healing spell at the same turn? Nest prepares a healing spell. Right, I get why it's not because of I'm switching, it's because I died to a spell. And then it's still carrying out the next turn. Anyway, even though the spells are supposed to happen at the end of a turn. Which definitely feels like an unintended interaction. Which is just very weird, but I'm timing it pretty well so that it really does not matter. It would have been nice if we could have gotten in a good hit between that yeah, I should have used Oblivion Wing before they put up Reflect. Oh, I've been spored before Paralysis spell, which sucks in my opinion. I would have much rather been spored. Being being paralyzed. Being paralyzed. Words. I've dropped a surprisingly large amount of streams. Do I have something eating my internet? I don't know. I paid my internet bill. I need to pay my internet, like my internet bill needs to be paid every month. On the 31st. Otherwise, by the 31st, sorry. Otherwise I won't have internet. And I paid it like just in time this month. I paid it at like 11 PM on the 31st. I mean, if I paid it late, it wouldn't have been a big issue, but it means like until I pay it, I don't have internet. And waking up without internet would have sucked a little bit. How would I do my Pokemon Sleep? I guess I could use data. Pokemon Sleep luckily doesn't eat much data. We're going to see the weird interaction again because they keep on dying to the powerful spell. Oh, and here it's actually going to be annoying as hell because it's going to heal Ramblin' Mush, which sucks. Oh, apparently Ness is out of PP actually. We just took way too long and now Ness is out of PP. I don't mind that. Ness's moves were actually really annoying. Setting up Reflect and whatever the other one's called. Light Screen. Keeping constant status and then dealing damage, like arguably worse than Chrono's moveset. Arguably worse than Dio. I think genuinely worse than Dio. Because the whole paralysis sleep thing just makes it feel like you can't do anything. Meteor Beam, what? I charge up for one turn and then I mean, you know Skull, which is going to be 4 times effective. But still doesn't do much damage. The only annoying thing about you is Strength Sap. Now, I believe Strength Sap only targets attack, not special attack, so this should be fine. Yeah, bye-bye. And now we've got some good stat ups, and hopefully we can sweep whatever your last Pokemon is. Is it the Mushroom? Is it last 2 Pokemon, maybe? No, just one more Pokemon, and it's the Mushroom, which we should be super effective against. Oh, it's a different Mushroom. Okay, yeah, 2 mushrooms, I see. Oh, but you know, Spore, go fuck yourself. What were they cooking when they invented the move Spore? Game Freak was having a day. Please just wake up. Please, I just need to land, I think, like 1 Mystic Fire. I will use Hyper Potions if I have to. I think I'm gonna have to use Hyper Potions. Yeah, okay, that sucks. Oh, never mind. This should do it. See you later, Ramblin' Mush. That Nest fight was way harder than I expected it to be, considering the fact that I'm like 10 levels higher than most of his Pokemon. I guess I did not go in with a full team. I'm not feeling so good. Are you making an Infinity War reference?